Hello, my beautiful goblins of disarray. Welcome back to I Love a Hoarder, the only podcast where trauma smells like mothballs and triumph is measured by how many Rubbermaid lids still have matching bottoms. I'm your host, Chutney Whye, Hollywood's cosmetic acupuncturist extraordinaire, leaving faces tighter than a vacuum-packed veal cutlet. This week, things got weird. A sealed room, a Depression-era hoard, and one of the strangest creatures I have ever taken home while sober. I was at an estate auction up in the Bird Streets when my phone rang. On the line, Hunter, a real estate flipper. Designer loafers the color of cocaine, cashmere hoodie, also suspiciously cocaine adjacent, handlebar mustache lightly frosted with what I had hoped was donut sugar. Hunter had just acquired a 1929 Spanish revival on Tarnation Lane. Ivy-choked, cracked tiles, the kind of place where the ghosts have a union rep and dental. He wanted to turn it into a, as he said, a luxury recovery center for visionary creatives in crisis and flippers. Then he sniffed so violently, I swear it shifted the barometric pressure. Oh, but here's the hook. During renovations, his crew opened a sealed wall in the basement. Behind it, a hidden chamber. And in that chamber, a hoard. Of course, I love a hoarder. What do you expect? Smells like history and incense, he told me. What kind of incense? I asked. Comforting incense or ritual murder incense? All purpose, I guess. Then he said, Look, I have to run. Meryl is begging me to drive her to an audition. She says I'm her lucky charm. Ugh, it's hell being a single father. This kid, I tell you. He hung up after promising to meet me at 6. That was when I should have backed out, but I had just bid $4,000 on a ventriloquist dummy, and there were no other takers. Well, business is business, so I found myself driving up to the house on Tarnation Lane, mental stability in tow. The basement chamber smelled exactly like a Depression-era wine cellar should. Plaster, wet cardboard, and a faint top note of despair. Fear clung to the walls like mildew. Crates towered to the ceiling, labels in spidery handwriting, frugal with ink because ink was expensive and feelings were forbidden. Moth-eaten furs, rusted lanterns, a jar labeled Sauerkraut 1931, still sealed, probably edible. Good for your gut bacteria, you know that, right? Then, in the far corner, a glass case wrapped in barbed wire. Not security wire, barbed wire. Like toddler-proofing for demons. Inside, wrapped in black velvet, a doll. Ceramic face, pale and ageless, black dress, tiny moon-white hands, sad eyes like bottomless wells. Hunter pointed helplessly. It's utterly spooky. Bad vibes. Ugh, take it, please. A sane man would have said, No thanks, I already live with a hoarder. I'm full up on cursed objet. But instead, I looked a haunted doll dead in the eyes and said, Sure, put it in the Prius. My ventriloquist dummy would appreciate the company. I brought the doll to Valois, the antiques oracle of Silver Lake. Regal, satin-draped, nails like jeweled talons. She took one look and gasped, This is Henrietta, a grief doll. A what? She explained, a Victorian tradition, maybe older. Clothes from someone who passed, face modeled on the deceased. and inside, remnants of that person. I begged her not to specify. Ding Ding was making liver and onions that night, and I did not need any more reasons to cry. Valois wrapped Henrietta in black velvet like she was radioactive. "Be very careful," she hissed. Then she lit a bundle of sage the size of a whole baguette and shoved me out in a choking cloud. Back home, things shifted. I started dreaming in black and white. Always the same staircase. Henrietta's silhouette at the top. Floorboards creaking. Whispering. Nothing. Then the bedroom lava lamps exploded. All four. At once. Thermodynamics filed a restraining order. Later, Granny Notoparan, our honorary chaos gremlin, waltzed in, sequined caftan shimmering. She froze. "I like you a dummy," she said. "But this lady doll, no. Very sad. Long time sad. Where did you get her, Chutney?" Over the next days, I got heavier, just incredibly sad for no reason, crying during face-tightening sessions, terrifying for the patient. Finally, I sat down in front of Henrietta. Her sad eyes felt like mirrors, and I realized I wasn't just scared, I was being reminded. She wasn't holding her grief, she was reflecting mine. Grief I'd shoved into corners. My mother, my friend, and the secret ache of loving a hoarder, knowing I will always come in second to the piles of stuff. I touched Henrietta's tiny ceramic hand. Electricity shot through me. "Okay," I said softly. "Okay, little lady, we're breaking up." The next morning, Henrietta was gone. In her place, my ventriloquist dummy, propped up, holding a yellowed envelope. Inside, a note in handwriting that looked alarmingly like mine. Same slant, same swoopy loops, but absolutely wasn't. "You didn't bury the sorrow. You shared it. That's how we heal." I didn't write that. I'm not that poetic. Also inside, a voucher for 2 free agnolotti bolognese with truffles and smelly cheese at Mama Gambino's Trattoria Milanese. My personal heaven. Ding Ding wandered in, wearing tie-dyed Crocs, hair like a storm cloud. "Found this on the porch," she said, holding the black velvet wrap. Inside, dozens of old coins. "I think we got reimbursed," she said. Then Granny Notoparan burst in wearing a sequined hazmat suit with a leopard belt, waving burning sage. "I felt I was needed," she declared. Then she squinted. "Hey, what happened, you boys? The shadow is gone." Granny was right. The shadow was gone. As for who called her, who wrote the note, how Henrietta left, and what did she mean, you boys? Ding Ding hasn't been a boy since she was a boy. I've decided to stop asking. Maybe emotional memories lived in that doll. Maybe she resonated with my own hidden sorrow. Some hoards aren't made of things, after all. I mean, they're made of the feelings we refuse to feel, and they don't need to be thrown out. They need to be seen. Whoever Henrietta was, I hope she and her family found peace. There's no shortage of sadness in this world, but we keep going, don't we? And if we're lucky, we get our ventriloquist dummy paid off and a trip to Mama Gambino's with the smelly cheese. So, if you find yourself hoarding grief, consider dusting it off. Maybe look it in the eyes. Let it breathe. It won't curse you. Anyway, that's my advice. I'm Chutney Whye, and this has been I Love a Hoarder. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a review if you enjoyed today's emotional spring cleaning.